Hello everyone, welcome to Arrow to the Sun Tarot. I am Arrow, and I am joyed and honored to be reading cards for you today. This will be a collective reading. I'm going to shuffle the cards and get to it. Welcome to Leo season. Season about expressing yourself, being creative, focusing on what you're passionate about and what gets you going. And it's kind of a double-edged sword because as you try to focus on the things that are calling to you with Leo season, there's a lot coming in and a lot coming out. And so the focus may come easy, but it also takes being in a place of being grounded and confident. Confident in your direction, confident in your friendships, confident in your art, confident in your own ideas, confident in your ability and desire to align with your soul's purpose. And that should excite you. Deck. I'll be using the Celtic cross spread today. If this reading resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that these readings can reach as wide of an audience as possible. That is my aim. To bring guidance and clarity to all those that show up. All right. The subject of the reading is the Moon card with the Chariot in the present position. To me, that feels like adventure. That feels like venturing into the unknown, going straight into what scares you or what you may be doubting about your surroundings in the moment. And I can tell you that since there are sweeping changes coming into people's lives right now, that comes with a sense of fear or doubt in moments where the things that come in may, test your desires, test the direction that you've decided. And instead of giving up in those moments or receding into isolation, I think it's important to keep going, to trust the universe with the Chariot card that you're coming into a place of balance and union with your new chapter that is unfolding right now. And if we have been experiencing conflict in the recent weeks, it is there to help move things along, to remove what is not meant to move forward with us. And anything that comes up with the Moon card, dreams, it could be situations that kind of confuse you, or the actions of others that kind of confuse you. It could be your own actions that kind of confuse you. But to not sit too long with any of the things that come up is important right now. To observe, witness, process, and it's not even much letting go as much not holding on to or grabbing onto in the first place. There's the Lover's card that represents us, or you as an individual, and the group of humans as a collective. I think that there is this idea of coming into union with things that are truly meant for us, things that we can rely on, things that our hearts have been waiting for a very long time. I feel as though those things are gracefully descending into our lives. And yeah, being ready and receptive and open while not knowing exactly, what those things might look like or feel like, but to let them come in and to be patient and to be, again, confident with the direction you're going and knowing that you are headed towards what is meant for you. And with the Empress in the future, I would say that there will be great confirmation and great peace and a feeling of pride and joy over decisions that were made. And it's the decisions that we're making right now that will lead us to that place of being surrounded with what we have manifested, the life and vitality of the seeds that we have once planted, and as they begin to grow, to sit and enjoy and surrender deep, even more deeply, and to open ourselves up to transformation and to be grateful for all of the things that allowed it to happen. Be grateful to yourself for allowing yourself to go through changes that may have been uncomfortable. They may be uncomfortable right now. This is kind of that keyhole opening moment of knowing that there's a new world on the other side of this doorway, and it might not, the ways to open that door may not be as logical as we would hope them to be. They might not, the key to opening this new door may not be the same size and shape of previous keys. It might be a very different kind of door, and what's on the other side is also very different. And like I said, it's a space that fits our growth. It fits our new ideas. It fits the size and the gravity of what is emerging, and gives us the space for this next chapter to flourish and to allow these big, beautiful things to come in. And right now, it could be a moment of really kind of, I feel for everybody right now on some level, because there's some painful letting go happening, and some like stressful forks in the road where it's like, oh man, to go down the path our heart is truly telling us to go down. It also means listening to the heart and not going down the other road, right? The one that takes us back, that loops back around, and we find ourselves in that place in the journey where it's like, wait, we've been here before. How did we get here? Were we going the right way? And it's not like there's a wrong way. If you end up back in that place, it might be because you need to, or it might be because there are things that were missed, and there's no reason to get down on yourself about that. That ends up happening. Rivers have eddies, and they have tributaries that go off, and sometimes it feels like you're lost, but those are also the times where you find those really beautiful canyons that have waterfalls and endemic butterflies and things like that. And so there is no wrong way to go, but there are multiple paths in front of you. And all I can say right now is listen to your heart, get out of your head. And that's way easier said than done, trust me, I know. And it's a moment not to get stuck in those things, but to go through them with precision and ease and compassion for yourself and for those around you. That's very important always, but right now that's coming through in a very strong way, because the any trials right now, or obstacles, or uncomfortable edges that you're leaning into or trying not to lean into. It's all there to build a foundation for you, the next chapter of life. And there's this song lyric that I came up with at one point, and it says, they say this will make you stronger, but in the meantime, mix the mortar. And that's, if you're paving a new way, you don't show up and the path is there for you. You have to put work into laying the groundwork for that path to unfold. And that is what meeting the universe halfway means to me right now. And to do that, you have all of these raw materials, you have the bricks, you have your tools, you have your hands, you have your mind, you have your heart, you have your soul, you have the mortar, and you have to add things to that mixture. So you have to prepare what there is you have to prepare your materials, and then you have to use your materials the right way. And it takes a lot of living to figure those things out. But I think a lot of us are on the precipice of taking all of the things we've learned, all of the tools that we have in our bag, all of our experiences, our memories, our losses, our gains, and integrating those things into ourselves and making them all one, and becoming a new, strong version of yourself that you can be proud of, and that you can contribute to the world from, in the way that lights you up and lights up everything around you. I'm going to clarify the Empress card for the future, the Seven of Wands. Yeah, as you blossom and you become a lightning rod for synchronicity and new connections and successes and beautiful rare flowers to be growing in your garden. There are those who are going to see that, and they might throw shade on your experience, or try to tell you that the decisions you're making are crazy or outlandish, or maybe it just doesn't work for them, and maybe you're turning into a version of yourself that doesn't cater to the avatar they are living life through. And so it's important not to shrink yourself in the shade of those people, to step aside and remind yourself that you are on your path, and that you're going to stay in the sun, and that you're going to use your intuition, your clarity to make the moves that are right for you, and you first. And if you're doing that, the people who are meant to be in your life will stay, because you will be adding to their lives, because they will be excited to see you doing your thing, and it's going to motivate them to do their thing. And that's alchemy, and that's coming together and doing something beautiful. That's the dream work. And for the highest potential energy, we have the Queen of Wands, clarified by the King of Swords. That is the ultimate combination of the head and the heart coming into a spiraling union with one another, and just a very strong sense of clarity over what your heart is telling you to do. It's those things locking into place, coming into focus, and creating kind of a signal to you to move forward and leave behind anything that brings you out of the Queen of Wands energy. It's Leo season. It's time to get excited and sit in your power, and use that power to grow even more. And the Temperance card to clarify those. And so letting things change, letting things transform, letting the universe have its way with you for a second, and knowing that it's going to spit you out a more magical version of yourself. The outcome is the Fool card, clarified by the Ace of Cups. So with this Lovers card down here, we are on the search for meaning. We are on the search for what makes us jump out of bed in the day, excited to, show up to. And with the Ace of Cups on the Fool card, it's by staying the course, responding rather than reacting, moving towards what is exciting. And sometimes that might be moving towards what feels scary, but we can harness fear and transmute it into excitement. And by taking these chances, by taking these leaps of faith, we can trust that when we hold our cup out, it will be filled with what is going to fulfill and nurture our soul and our being at its very core. But it takes taking a leap of faith. It takes trusting yourself first before anything else. You know what? I'm gonna say before the universe even, and all of it is one, but you gotta trust yourself. Do not put it starts with you. That's what I'm trying to say. Hopes and fears are the Star card with the 10 of Wands on top. Yeah, there is a whole lifetime of learning and processes and people coming and going from our lives, the things that ripped us apart, the things that beat us down so hard we thought we were never going to get back up. Yeah, that is it's like that's part of all of it, and own it. And those things are yours. Those things, the hardships in life, it's once we own them and integrate them, we get to set down the weight of those burdens, and it's turned into wisdom. Our lessons are transformed into our being. And instead of it being a weight that pulls us down, it is the wisdom and experience that gives us the confidence to fly. And with the Star card, all that is going down is all meant to be. And even if that's hard to believe or see in this moment, trust it. The things that are leaving, the things that are changing and moving around, the things that are just around the corner are so meant to be. And you will the affirmation of that in the 3D generally comes after trusting the fact that it's coming. And if you're stuck worrying about it, or if you're stuck focusing on what's not working, what's meant to be could go right past you, and you might not notice it. And it might just be a later point in time when it comes back around. But right now, there's this opportunity and this opening to seize the infinite array of possibilities and opportunities in life. And they're showing up. And they're showing up for you, and they're doing it because you put in the work and you have started to focus on taking care of yourself more. And that process never ends. There's always a way that we can wake up and do things better. George Harrison said, with every mistake, hopefully we are learning. I think I butchered that lyric a little bit. The Beatles are my favorite, but this is a beautiful reading. And it is really about, kind of letting go, falling backwards, trusting, and being excited. It's not even, it doesn't all have to be so heavy. it's okay to yeah, kind of like take a moment and sit back and just laugh at it all sometimes. Because when you think about it, I mean, think about the things that have happened in the past that you thought for a moment or maybe a long moment in time it couldn't get worse than this, and I don't think it's going to get better. And how could things ever not be this way right now? And look at where you are right now. You're probably in a better place than at other points in time. And when you think about that, it's kind of funny, because it's like, dang, I was really focusing on the negative, and I maybe there were times when you can see how it would have been very difficult for the universe to send you something good and for you to notice it. And so, since we're not in those places anymore, and we're a little bit older and we're a little bit wiser, it is okay to just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Every time. It brings you back to center. It brings you back to that place where the thoughts and everything that kind of builds this wall around us kind of dissipates, like instantly almost. And really, it's just taking a deep breath and resetting. And you have the ability to do that at any moment in time. If you're stressing out at night, I love taking deep breaths in bed, just putting my hand on my chest like this, feeling my hand go up and down, feeling my chest go up and down. What are your tactics for facing your anxiety or stress? What are your tactics for having those calm, quiet, but real conversations with your fear, with your anxieties, and getting to know them, and maybe letting them feel safe in your company to kind of like rest for a second, like a weary traveler. And that's what they are. They're traveling through. They're not there to stay. And that's a boundary that you might have to set up with yourself, as far as, yeah, you've been here a couple nights, it's time for you to go. Let them out the door, and they'll leave. And then you can get back to your own space and curating it and moving things around, and watering your plants, nurturing your soul, nurturing your mind, nurturing your body. Taking care of your basic needs is the most important thing to having a good foundation. You can't take care of anything outside of yourself unless you're taking care of what's inside of yourself first. The moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep, you come first, and then everything else will flourish around you. Everyone else will flourish around you in your company. On the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. There are things happening behind the veil right now that you're not supposed to see, that you're not supposed to understand in the way that you might like to. It's more about listening to your heart and taking things one moment at a time, one step at a time, not thinking, okay, in 4 weeks, this thing's coming towards me. It's this a trip I'm going on, or something I'm doing, and it might be exciting, but it also might be kind of stressful. And trying to project outcomes that far out right now is going to take you out of the moment. It's gonna make it easier to miss what's right in front of you, and that's where it's all at right now. And that's where the High Priestess comes in, to use the present moment and the things that are unfolding, coming through your mind, coming through your heart, walking past you, landing on a tree, numbers that show up, things that show up in your dreams, little things that people say that catch your ear and kind of like alter your direction even just a degree. Those are the things to be paying attention to, and they're happening in the moment, and they're going to help you make the decisions in the moment to guide you to exactly where you're supposed to be in 4 weeks with that thing you're thinking about, or that the thing you're anticipating, and be excited about that. Be excited about where you're going to be in 4 months, not about how things might not work out or work out, right? It's trusting that whatever's going to happen is going to happen. In 4 weeks, if things don't work out, they're actually working out. It's whatever's happening and coming in right now is divinely orchestrated and timed. It's all perfect. And to know that at a deep level is to have trust and to have faith and to have a deep knowing that wherever you are and whatever you're doing at any point in time is perfect, and it is aligned, and it is part of the design, and you are the artist, and this whole experience is your canvas. And so yeah, you are creating a masterpiece. That is why we are here, to add our little unique motif and personalized design to the whole thing, and it creates this whole tapestry. And that is the human experience. That is life on earth in this plane. We are here to make things ugly and beautiful, and when it's all done and while it's happening, it is a masterpiece. And it takes contrast. It takes the whole spectrum of experience. It takes all kinds. It takes every zodiac sign. It takes every level of maturity. It takes every kind of soul. It takes every desire to create the full masterpiece, and we're doing it together. And you have permission to pick up your paintbrush or your instrument or use your voice, your time here, to add your special piece to the masterpiece, because it wouldn't be the same without you. It's okay to show up. It's okay to participate. You belong here. And you have an endlessly deep sea of wisdom to dip into, to help guide you down your path. I love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And tune in next time. Until then, this is Arrow to the Sun Tarot, and I'm Arrow.